Hey, welcome to Topsail Outdoor Adventures. Today I thought I'd just do a quick review of the items I bring when I go off trail, or if I'm on a typical day hike, the stuff I have on my person. And I think it's important when any of us do go off trail, you know, you want to have the minimal equipment to sustain life. I mean, that's how I look at it. If I'm doing a day hike, or like today, I'm actually reviewing testing some equipment and doing some scouting for a wild turkey. And I am off trail. I've been, probing around a lot of different areas, new areas, some bottoms and such. And when I'm doing that, I typically approach it like, if something happens and I'm going to have to spend the night out here wherever I'm going, I mean, that's my minimal preparedness. The statistics will tell you that most people die of exposure. They don't starve to death. They usually don't sustain a immediate life-threatening injury. They don't die of thirst. It's usually exposure is what's going to get you. So it's important to dress appropriately and bring the minimal amount of gear. But number one is, you always want to have a good knife. And this is just my EDC pocket knife. That's I think that's the Swiss Army Farmer, I believe. Really good knife. It's got, a decent blade on it. And the other thing I like about it, it's got a saw. So that's pretty important to have out here. Along with my pocket knife, I always have usually a fixed blade knife. This is a Gerber. It's been a really good knife. I've tested this out quite thoroughly. But any good fixed blade knife is going to be worth its weight in gold should something happen, should you need it. Got this is just a big lighter in a waterproof case. Really can't be beat for making a fire quickly. This is a mini ferro rod right there. It's kind of the keychain version. This one works fairly well. I have a larger one I typically use if I know I'm going camping or doing an overnighter or something like that. But in addition to my big lighter and that waterproof case, some sort of ferro rod. This is just one I carried today. Does work well. And these are hard to beat, by the way, especially in wet conditions. I mean, this thing can get wet and you're going to have spark, as much spark as you'll ever need. Some waterproof matches, and these are great because these will sustain a fire. You light that match and you're going to have flame for probably at least a good 30 seconds, even in wet conditions. And I have tested these thoroughly. I've got a good winter hat in my pocket here. If the temperature drops, I can throw that on. That's going to help you make it through a cold night right there. That's something you should always have in cold weather. This is just an old buff head type wrap. It's not going to provide you a whole lot of insulating, but it will protect your face, your ears. It will provide a little wind protection, but these are just great items to have, whether it's warm conditions or cold conditions. I typically always throw one of these in my pocket. And I should also mention, I always use a walking staff pretty much anytime I go hiking, off trail, that kind of thing. These are great to have for anybody, young or old, but if you've ever had any prior injuries or have some mobility issues, these staffs really do help you out. And I forgot to mention earlier while I was out in the field, you always want to have some way to transport, carry, and sanitize water. So this is an example of what I typically carry with me. That's a stainless steel NALGENE bottle, and I am able to boil water in that if I need to. Today I'm testing out a gift my wife gave me. My lovely wife gave me this for Christmas. This is a Spot GPS locator. I'm not going to review this today because I want to test this some more in the field, but this is the first day I've actually have brought it out to the field. I did a quick test from my home, kind of got it set up. So we'll see. I'm not sure, you know, how this will work. Hopefully it'll work well. Yeah, I think my wife was a little concerned. I've been known to get way off trail, out of cell phone range, more than she liked. So yeah, if you're like me and you're getting off trail, getting off the beaten path, you know, at least take the minimal amount of stuff. At least have, you know, a couple of ways to build a fire. To give you a little insight about how the weather can change in my neck of the woods, yesterday, this is mid-March, by the way, yesterday about 1 or 2 o'clock, it was 72 degrees, and we had a cold front move through. We got a lot of high wind, a little severe weather, not too bad. However, that temperature dropped to 25 degrees last night. So it went from 72 degrees to 25 degrees in roughly 12 hours. So by, I guess by about midnight, 1 a.m., man, it was in the mid-20s, which you know, it's kind of a shock for us. But that just goes to show you, you know, if you do venture out, I mean, it can be beautiful. And yesterday it was just great weather, nice, almost balmy feeling. But that gives you a little perspective. You know, you could go out and about, off trail, scouting, day hiking, photography, what have you. You could twist an ankle, you know, break a leg, I mean, there's just a number of things that could happen. But the point being, man, if you were out here last night and you were not prepared, I mean, that kind of exposure could have caused death. You know, to go from 72 to 25 and have to endure that all night with an injury could really be bad. So that's one of the reasons in any kind of cool, cold weather, you know, I have at least 3 ways to make fire, and I try to dress like, you know, okay, if something happens and I'm going to be out here all night, am I going to be, you know, am I going to be okay? Now there's other things I could bring, and sometimes I do, especially if I'm going way off trail. You know, I'm probably bringing a pack and some other stuff. Another good point, all this stuff I have, don't put your eggs in one basket. So I have this coat, it's got a lot of, this jacket rather, it's got a lot of pockets on it. But what I try to do is I don't put everything in this jacket. You know, I try to put like my big lighter in my pants pocket, my ferro rod, waterproof matches maybe in these pockets. I've got the pocket knife in one of my pants pockets. I've got the fixed blade on my sheath. Point being, you know, God forbid, you know, you're out there and you get separated from you and your jacket, and that's where everything was, you know, you could be in trouble. Same with a day pack, or a, you know, a belt pack. You know, I highly recommend not putting everything in that pack or that waist pack, whatever you have. Make sure if something happens, you know, you don't have everything together. All right, guys, well, that's going to wrap it up for Topsail Outdoor Adventures today. Just also wanted to report that I'm out here scouting for turkeys. I like to turkey hunt, and I was able to spot, looked like 3 jakes. So that was successful, and beyond that, it's just been a beautiful day out here. Good weather conditions. It's pretty cool. It's about 45 degrees today, and as you can hear and see, we have some light wind. Hopefully I can keep some good content coming. I try to, but this is just a hobby for me, and you know, between work and family, it's a bit difficult sometimes. But please go to that comment section and chime in. Let me know your thoughts on the you know, what you carry when you're out there on a day hike or scouting, that kind of thing. I hope this information was helpful. whether you're out on the water or in the woods, be safe out there. We'll see you soon on Topsail Outdoor Adventures. Take care.